everyone, it's Midge.
And Sarah.
So I'm coming on to show you, I have been asked by a few people on my YouTube videos. They asked in the, I don't know what they call it, the bottom part. They asked, the comments. They asked how I varnish, and then I've had some emails come through that have asked, and so I promised I would show, and I am going to be doing some tutorials. I just have to set up my camera totally different, move stuff to get the camera over here, and I will be doing that soon. It will be coming, but I thought I would just show this one first because this has been the most asked, and then I will do some tutorials on how to make. I wanted to show you I've made these cakes. So, and then here's the cake slice that went through that. And these little charms. And then here's kind of a Christmas
chocolate cake.
And is the light good? Right here, let's see. Well, you don't want to show the light. But you can see the textures.
There you go.
And so
don't mind Rue.
Yeah, he's chewing on a bone. And then here's some little lemon cane. I made a lemon cane. And then so this is the whole.
They're so cute.
And then here's the little
slice
with that. And then I did the same with the pink and mint green. So it's cute. And then I made a little bit, some bigger candy canes because I need them. And so kind of, I didn't do the baby ones this time. I did a little bit bigger, some different colors. And I think they turned out really cute. And so I've also been making roux. Oh my goodness. So I've also been making some ice cream cones. And so these two have been varnished. So now I'm going to show you. Now, there are so many Polymerclay videos out there. Rue, stop. There are so many, but a lot of people who work on Polymerclay, what they use is a tool, and it's a sanding tool. So they sand. They do that for a lot of the jewelry making. So they sand it, and then they buff it. I may get into that. I did it years ago. I remember it's a lot of work to sand something. I tend to try to do the easiest things and the quickest things. That's just kind of my nature. This is the polyurethane, water-based. You have to get the water-based. This particular brand is the brand that I used years and years ago. It's my favorite to use. It's a gloss. Clear gloss. This is very hard to find. They do have it on Amazon in this little 8-ounce thing, and it was expensive. I do not remember the exact price, but I remember going, ouch, because years ago when I bought it, it was not to this at this price. I of course, I emptied it, and you can see I have a little tiny bit left, so I'm still using it at the bottom. I put them in a jar. It's easier for me to work with. When I'm just using little stuff, I'll put them in a little jar too. So I'll have multiple little jars. This will last a long time. It does not take much, especially if you're doing little pieces. If you're doing big pieces, you're going to go through it more. Now, I have seen a video. Her YouTube name is Turtle Soup Beads, I believe. And her name is Susan. She's really a great Polymerclay artist. She uses Pledge. So I bought this, and I have not tried it yet. And this is the Floor Gloss Pledge. She uses this, and she also uses polyurethane. She does kind of both, but she says she kind of goes with this. I have not tried it yet. I will try it. The one thing, I have to test it out, and for me to test out one of these, what I mean by that is not only will I put it on, but I have to wait like a long time to make sure it doesn't go sticky, because the Sculpey, no, not that one, I don't have it, but it's a Sculpey gloss. It is for sealing. Well, after about 4 months, it just becomes sticky. It's horrible. It ruins your stuff. And so this does not. This will last for years and years and years and years and years. And so what I do is I just take a paintbrush, and I'm just getting the bottom part of this, and I try to hold on to whatever I can hold on to. These are a little bit more difficult, but all you're doing is you're just painting this on. So I do one side, let it dry, and it does not take long to dry at all. And then I just kind of put it down, and it'll, you know, dry in time here. And here's another one. Go ahead. And if it's not coming out as shiny as you want, you can do multiple coats. So when I want something super, 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 super glossy, I will do like 3 or 4 coats on something. Like if I went ahead, I could do this one. If I went ahead and wanted to really, really glaze up the top a little bit more, I can just
dries clear, right?
Dries clear, yep. And so this, I've already done, I think I did 2 coats on this, so this one will be like a third. So I can do this on the, you can see I just put it on.
So it doesn't matter if it's like white and clumpy.
Yeah, nope, it will dry clear.
Okay.
Totally dry clear. And so that's how.
I'm learning something.
And now also, and I'm getting into resin. You know, you've been seeing, I've been hauling a lot of molds. I've been collecting molds for a while, and I have resin pieces. I have resin that I got for my birthday. Thank you, Sarah. And Sarah works with resin. And so on jewelry and bigger pieces, those resin, if you resin your Polymer Clay, oh my gosh, it turns out, I mean, it's just thick and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's another thing you can do if you're doing bigger pieces. On these smaller pieces, I would not, you know, resin is expensive, so I wouldn't waste I wouldn't do that. It would just, that's a lot of money for a little charm, you know, and these are just little charms.
Be careful, bro.
And so, yeah, you're just, that's all this is it's super easy. You can get another brand instead of this brand. You can go to Ace or Home Depot or whatever and just get a polyurethane water base. They usually come in the big gallons. It'll last you a lifetime. And my suggestion is put them in some jars, like, you know, get some smaller jars and bigger jars. And the smaller is easier to work with, especially when you're dealing with littler stuff. It's just easy to be able to put it all on. And so these have been baked, and you want to seal them after you've baked. So Polymer Clay, even if you bake it, you can rubber stamp on it. You can use, trying to think, you can, and then put your brush in water when you're done. And I just leave it in there for a while. The brush it's a cruddy brush, and I don't care about it. So I've had it for a long, long time. But what was I saying? Oh my gosh.
You were talking about shoot.
I know. Well, Sarah wasn't even
Pregnancy brain.
Pregnancy brain. So, anyways, it's what you can do with Polymer Clay. So after bake, you can rubber stamp on it. You can use paints like acrylic paints. You can I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with it after you bake it. And some of the stuff you can do before you bake it. You can put glitter on it. You can put inside of the clay. You can do mica powders. to add into them. You can, I mean, there is just a lot of things you can do. So, but once you glaze,
It's done.
it's done. I
Okay.
mean, I've personally never tried to go back in and do something with it. So I don't know, but I would think you couldn't once it's glazed. So that is how you glaze your pieces. And like I said, this is not hard at all. It's easy, and it holds up real good, and it'll stay shiny. I personally like the gloss look. I like the shiny look. You know, here's this hasn't been done yet versus, you know, this that has been. You
Yeah,
know,
can see the difference?
yeah, you know, I don't know.
Shiny and
Yeah,
No.
kind of matte like, you know, but yeah, so and I will be, these are beads that I've made, you know, before bake. I had put holes through them, so there's holes through these, and what I will do is I'm going to string them. So I will have a string and I will put them all through the string. And I used to do these by hand, literally by hand, like da, 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 these little pieces. This is the first time I've done beads before, and so again, that turtle soup beads, YouTube, she shows how she puts them on the string, and she actually puts it, she dips it in this and then pulls it all out, so all the beads, and then she like hangs them so they drip dry. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it and see how it works, because I've never tried it before. So that'll be my next little experiment, after I've got a couple other projects that I'm going to be doing that are not Polymer Clay. So I'm going to be doing some other stuff, and then I'll get right back on Polymer Clay right when I'm done. So that's it. So again, here's this. You can use any brand you want. Just make sure it is water-based.
Clear gloss.
And get a gloss. And its interior. So, or if you want to try, because I'm going to try this and see how it works. And I will be putting this in a jar too. And then this is what I'm going to use with the beads. I want to see how they turn out. Hers looks super, super glossy, and she'll do it a couple times, like soak them a couple times to get that real high gloss. So, you know, yeah, and that's the fun part about clay is you can play around with it, and if there's a mess up, it's no big deal because you can fix it. So, yeah. All right. Well, I hope this helps answer the question for how I seal them. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.